Hi, for those that don't know me, my name is David Cajka, and I live here in Arlington Woods with my wife Krista and our two boys, Ben and Zach. By day, I'm a stockbroker and financial planner, and as such, I normally speak to people about things such as stocks, bonds, and whether markets will go up or down, and which, as it turns out, is a little bit more difficult than it sounds. Today I'm here to talk to you about my very good friend James O'Grady and his quest to become our next city councillor. I've known James for a great many years, 38 to be exact. Our friendship goes back further and is more intertwined than most. Aside from our different career paths, our lives have been remarkably similar. We both chose to be born in 1966. Our families both moved to Arlington Woods around the first year that this wonderful community was built in 1970. We both went to Knoxdale Public School, which is right behind us here, then on to Greenbank Middle School, and then eventually both graduated from Sir Robert Borden High School. We both left Ottawa at that time to pursue and attain a university degree, and then we both eventually moved back to Ottawa. Not here, but we both lived right near Parkwood Hills, just a few blocks apart. We were one another's best man at our respective weddings, and we both now share the same neighborhood with our wonderful mothers. And we both now live once again in the same community in which we spent countless childhood hours exploring, playing, developing, and enjoying in so many ways. Aside from the great many things we did together that you would expect from two best friends that lived in such close proximity, there's one other activity that continues to bind us together to this day, and that is the sport of hockey. We were both budding young hockey stars from the moment we exited our respective wombs. James, with his unique personality and wanting to play a pivotal role, was destined to become a goalie. I worked the other end of the ice as a centerman. We played on an astounding 8 teams together before heading off to university. Both the Cajka and O'Grady parents played an integral part in the running of those hockey teams. And then, of course, James' late father, Jim, was the extremely and talented coach for all of those 8 years. We won more than our fair share of games along the way, and I had a front row seat to watch as James would elevate his game in crucial moments. He would have an incredible ability to focus during these high-pressure games. He would block out all of the noise around him and concentrate on the task at hand. He made extraordinary saves look very ordinary. As a result, we would usually come out on top more often than not. I know he still possesses this skill to this day, and it will serve him well should we be fortunate enough to have him as our city councillor. I should mention that James was a little bit better than me at the sport of hockey. He went on to play Junior B with the Antigonish Bulldogs out east, and then eventually on to play a semi-pro team, or with a semi-pro team in Switzerland. And now, me and him play on the same team in a men's league, where our biggest accomplishment is to make it through the game without being carried off in a stretcher. I mention these hockey accomplishments not to impress you, but rather that the game of hockey has instilled in James a great many skills and virtues that have helped him to become the person that he is. Skills and virtues that will be useful for someone that works in city council. He knows how to be part of a team, and this should not be underestimated. He knows that one person of a team cannot possibly reach a goal without having all the team members motivated and working together. And lastly, hard work. There is no substitute for it, and James knows that hard work leads to good results. You can take a look at the enormous amount of work that's gone into this very young campaign, and you'll know what I mean. His fellow candidates will have a tough act to follow. There's one other element of his hockey career that I know is by far the most important reason that James will make a great councillor. As most of you know, when you love to do something, it is not really work, and you will usually excel at it. It was that way with hockey and James. He loved the game more than the average hockey net, and he was enormously successful at it. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind that James's calling is politics. It has always been there, and there's no holding it back anymore. It is a passion that needs to be unleashed, and as a result, I can guarantee you that he will embrace the job with an incredible amount of enthusiasm and dedication. And good results for the City of Ottawa are sure to follow. Now, I don't pretend to know a whole lot about politics. I leave that to the folks such as James. But as a stockbroker, I do know what tends to make a business successful and an attractive place to invest over the long haul. And I see many common elements in this regard between a flourishing company and a capable government. Things such as fiscal responsibility, great leadership, dedicated employees, vision, honest and integrity, embracing technological advances, and putting a foundation in place for long-term success are all important. If you look at James's platform, you'll see that this touches on many, and if not all, of these attributes. If James's platform were a stock, I would rate it a must-buy. It is with great pleasure that I endorse one of our own to become the next City Councillor for the Knoxdale-Merivale ward. Ladies, gentlemen, friends, family, and kids, please welcome to the microphone James O'Grady.